New this morning, North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum is calling out the Department of Homeland Security, strongly opposing a move that's suggested in a government ad campaign targeted at migrants.
A new video from Customs and Border Protection shows life inside two of its holding facilities along the southern U.S. border. It also says the administration is considering flying some of the migrants to be housed in northern states, including North Dakota. Governor Burgum says shifting the public safety costs to North Dakota would place communities at risk while doing nothing to address the root cause of what's going on at the southern border.
He also says while North Dakota is willing to help resettle thoroughly vetted refugees, he urges the administration to address the crisis right at the source.
Also new this morning, materials promoting a white supremacist group that were spotted on the MSUM campus are prompting a response from the university president and the bias incident response team. President Ann Blackhurst says stickers were found Monday evening and quickly removed. The stickers were similar to ones that had been posted on other campuses in the FM area.
In a statement, the school president says that they want to ensure that the campus community is free from acts of bigotry, intimidation, and harassment. She says they can also do part to advance racial and social justice on campus and in the broader Fargo-Moorhead community. Also new this morning, an Alexandria, Minnesota man is dead after a crash in Todd County. It happened last night on Highway 27.
State troopers say the 22-year-old driver veered off the road, hit an approach, and rolled. They expect to release more information later today.
It is now 10 minutes before the top of the hour. We want to get a check of your forecast on this first alert weather day. A lot going on today. Good morning, Lisa.
Good morning. Yes, one of those days where it depends on where you are. Some of us are stuck with some rain and some snow showers. Other places looking kind of quiet this morning. And here's a look around at some of the places that are struggling a little bit here with the precipitation. And that's focused in southeastern southeastern parts of our viewing area into Lakes Country, Minnesota, and not too far away from Fargo-Moorhead. Look at I-94 near Rothsay. You could see that we've got some precipitation coming down, looking more like rain than snow on our DOT cam view here at the moment. Lake Park, getting some snow in that area too. You can see the road surface looking somewhat okay right now, maybe just a wet road in those areas, but temperatures are dropping still this morning. So these are some places, if you've seen some precipitation, keep that in mind because it may start to get slick even if you haven't had any accumulation. Over toward Wadena on Highway 10, you could see wet roads at the intersection there and conditions that have been a little rainy too. You can kind of make that out in each camera image at the bottom of the images there. And then at Fargo at the tri-level, looking quiet here relative to those areas. It's been a little quieter. And speaking of quiet, this is our live view in Devil's Lake. Clear skies looking out to the sunrise there. So again, just want to stress that not everybody is putting up with this here today, and some places are starting out on a quiet note. Here's a look at our road conditions in Minnesota. This is where we're focused for the potential for those icy or snowy roads here through the next few hours. And there are places, anywhere in green means we've got seasonal road conditions, but down by Fergus Falls, south of the Fargo there, in blue and in purple, that's where we're looking at roads here. I'll point this out that are either partially or completely covered, either with some icy, slushy conditions or some snow. And then in North Dakota, looking good across the state. So the focus is more into Lakes Country in Minnesota, and that's right where the radar is indicating that snow right now, stretching from mainly changing over now at this point in time as temperatures drop, stretching from around the Wheaton area, right along Lake Traverse there, back up toward Fergus Falls and Detroit Lakes, and just west of Bemidji, back over to the Bagley areas, and down into Hubbard County too. So again, current conditions are different depending on where you are. Detroit Lakes reporting some snow, Bemidji reporting some rain, temperatures very close to freezing there. Conditions could get tough as we get through the morning here this morning and then start to improve in the afternoon. Here's a look at your afternoon forecast. Everybody warms basically above freezing, but most of us into the 40s. So any accumulating snow, we could get maybe an inch of some slush in some areas over the next few hours. Any of that will melt here pretty quickly, but be careful on that morning drive in those areas where we have precip.
All right, but luckily, hopefully most of it should be melting, so that's the good news there. Lisa, thank you this morning.
Two children shot in West Fargo within just a few miles of each other, one Sunday night, the other on Monday. And police say they were both unintentional targets. Monday's incident included an order for people in that neighborhood to shelter in place for more than 2 hours.
But they say they didn't hear much from police about what was going on, and now some are calling out police for that lack of information.
Just because, most of the people that were working on the case were working late into the evening and into the early morning hours, so it took a while for for our staff to get back in and kind of put everything together and get all the necessary pieces of the puzzle kind of put together. So.
Police say during that attempted robbery, both parties started shooting, and a child inside a nearby home was hit in the head with a bullet and then taken to the hospital.
19-year-old CJ Caruthers and a 17-year-old teenage boy were arrested in connection to that shooting on Monday. They're accused of robbery, reckless endangerment with a firearm, and firing a gun within city limits. West Fargo police are also still looking for the owner of the car involved in Monday night's shooting. It's
a dark-colored Chevy Malibu with North Dakota plates. Picture of it on your screen right now. Contact police if you have any information on that car or the driver. Fargo police are also looking for a man who they say stabbed someone at a Southside truck stop and then ran that person over with their car.
30-year-old Pajabo Duncan of West Fargo is a suspect in an aggravated assault Monday night at the Love's Travel stop on 32nd Avenue. If you know where he is or have any information on him, you're asked to call 911 or text your tip to 847-411. A jury has been seated for the trial of a former Minneapolis police officer in George Floyd's death, with opening statements set for Monday. Attorneys and the judge worked through more than 100 people, dismissing most because they acknowledged strong views about an incident that was captured on bystander video and shook the nation. Derek Chauvin is charged with murder and manslaughter in the May 25th death of George Floyd, who was declared dead after Chauvin pressed his knee against his neck for about 9 minutes.
A judge has now ordered a mental health exam for the Minnesota man accused of opening fire at a health clinic in Buffalo, Minnesota last month, killing one staff member, injuring 4 others. The exam, which could take 2 months, will help determine if 67-year-old Gregory Ulrich is mentally competent to help with his own defense. He is charged with murder and attempted murder and is also accused of setting off several pipe bombs at the clinic. Court documents allege that he threatened the mass shooting at the clinic in 2018, and he was upset allegedly about not getting the painkillers that he wanted from that clinic.
There's a sticky cleanup going on in Cannon Falls, Minnesota, after a rail car carrying molasses exploded. It happened yesterday morning and caused significant structural damage to a rail facility, besides spilling molasses all over.
No one was hurt, luckily, and police are still trying to figure out what caused that blast, but police did say that the molasses was thrown all over the surrounding area. Fargo restaurants, they're making their own decisions now about face coverings after the citywide mask mandate expired on Monday night. The Tavern Grill is asking both guests and staff to continue wearing that face covering.
But just across the road at Mexican Village, the decision whether or not staff should wear a mask is being left to the customer. The restaurant has been taking a customer poll to help come up with the best course of action.
A lot of people tell us that they feel it takes away from the personal experience of their servers because you can't see if they're smiling underneath the mask, you can't. It just takes away from the whole personal connection that they have, and that was one of our biggest things that we found with them.
If it is decided that staff should not wear face coverings, Mexican Village does plan to provide a section in their restaurant strictly for mask-wearing customers so people can make their own choices. 10 minutes of exercising a day. It can be a big stress reliever, and UND is now hosting something called Zen in 10. It's workouts twice a week to help you out.
The Valley Today's Brian Sherrod joins us in studio this morning to explain what this workout is all about. Good morning, Brian.
And good morning, Jordan and Lisa. Who doesn't have 10 minutes a day to be able to do a workout, right? Zen in 10 focuses on stretching and breathing for 10 minutes a day to decrease stress physically, socially, and emotionally. Now, many of us work from home or even with screens in front of our faces all day, causing more stress to our body and minds. Now, instructor Kate Williams starts the workout by getting in good stretches for the legs and arms. The workout is comprised of yoga and relaxation techniques, and it's led by the music. There are 708 songs on that playlist from the 60s and 70s because she doesn't like the 80s, and it determines the pace of the workout that day. Now, each workout not only decreasing stress, but giving you more energy and better body functioning.
All of our work happens here. We're either on a keyboard or we're on a screen. People become very kind of hollow through their chest, through their heart, and the breath doesn't flow as fully and freely as it can.
Well, Zen at 10 is twice a week from 10 in the morning until 10:10. To sign up, head to valleynewslive.com where we provide a link, and there is no cost to join. So, Jordan and Lisa, maybe we can do a little workout sometime. It is virtual, so it might be a little easier on our schedule.
Right after North Dakota Today. 10 at 10.
And you can do it right then. All right, I love it. Put on some Peaceful, Easy Feeling by the Eagles and
There
just
you go.
relax. Brian reporting live. Thank you.
The IRS says economic impact payments will be mailed out starting today. Those paper checks will arrive by mail in a white envelope from the U.S. Department of the Treasury.
For those taxpayers who received their tax refund by mail, this paper check will look similar, but it will be labeled as an economic impact payment in that memo field.
Let's get our answer now to our question of the morning on Facebook. Here's today's question. A survey asking what is kept in the household junk drawers found the #1 most popular item was rubber bands. We're asking you today what's number 2 on that list.
And number 2 on that list is birthday candles. You just never know when you're going to need them. Also, I hope a few trick candles are in there. Remember those?
Oh, for fun, I do.
Oh, yeah, I love them. Anyway, the Today Show and CBS This Morning are just about to start, but the Valley Today, it rolls on. We'll have more live up-to-the-minute news and weather coming up on the Fargo CW, along with a check of that First Alert Weather Day by our First Alert Storm Team meteorologist, Lisa Green. Have a great Wednesday, everyone.